Hey friends, Alex here. Welcome to Gargoyle Chronicles, where you hang out in my brain while we plan, count, and try very hard not to donate tricks. Today's episode is Don't Panic. We're continuing our look at the Bridge Brawl Final. Today we're looking at board 6 from Peter Hollands' perspective. The opponents are vulnerable, we're not. Right-hand opponent passes, Peter opens 1 heart, and his partner raises to 2 hearts. Now if 2 no trump is natural, it describes this hand beautifully. 17 to 18 balanced. Too good for a strong no trump, but not quite enough to just drag partner to game by the ankles. Most partnerships, though, play some kind of structure over single raises where 2 no trump is artificial. And Peter and Adam must have something like that on their card because Peter chose to bid 3 no trump. And look, 3 no trump could easily be a better game than 4 hearts. So if bidding 3 no trump is the only way to offer a choice of games, maybe the overbid is worth it. Personally, I'm not in love. If I didn't have a natural 2 no trump available, I'd just make a help suit try in spades. Funny enough, in my methods, 2 no trump is how I make a help suit try in spades. So if partner accepts and no trump looks right to him, we can still get to 3 no trump from my side. Very tidy. We love tidy. Everyone passes, and left-hand opponent leads the 3 of spades, 4th best. 3 no trump is a good spot. It's cold if diamonds are 4-4, and if diamonds aren't 4-4, West probably won't lead them unless he's the one with length. Even then, he needs the jack. Otherwise, the suit blocks. That's a pretty specific shopping list. It's hard to say exactly how good 4 hearts is. If hearts break, then it comes down to one of 2 finesses in clubs, but 4-1 hearts could get awkward fast. Notice partner has a full maximum, so he would have accepted a game try. But if he were missing one of those queens, now we're having a very different conversation. Maybe one reason players keep overbidding hands like this is that, when game makes, they feel vindicated. But if partner would have accepted a game try anyway, that vindication is kind of fake news. Blasting game only gains when game makes, and partner would have turned down the invite. Of course, we hate missing games, but partner hates missing them too. He'll bid game if he can, so we don't need to hit the panic button. With this hand, if partner doesn't accept the invitation, game probably isn't very good. Anyway, here we are in 3 no trump. We have 9 top tricks. Can we manage a 10th? Our best shot at an over trick is to find West with the king of clubs and East with the jack of clubs. So let's assume that's what's going on. Not because we have any actual reason to believe it, let's not get carried away, but because if that's not the layout, our play probably isn't going to matter anyway. After we cash our major suit winners, we'll be down to a 5-card ending, and each opponent will have to keep 2 clubs. The question is, if we exit, can they cash 4 tricks and stop the over trick? Suppose they come down to this position. When we exit with a diamond, West can win and cash a spade, letting East pitch a club. Then West plays a diamond to partner. We get the ace of clubs at the end, but no over trick. Boo, but fair. However, that defense may be very hard to find. In particular, East won't know she can afford to pitch down to a doubleton club. If partner has the queen of clubs instead of the king, East must keep 3 clubs, so she'll probably come down to this position instead. Now the defenders have only 3 tricks to cash, so the end play works. We take those. Peter plays low from dummy. East plays the 10, and Peter wins with the ace. The deuce is still out. The opponents play reverse Smith Echo, so they'll both be playing high hearts on the first heart trick to deny the king of spades. Then they'll know we have at least 9 cashing tricks, which means the whole deal is about stopping over tricks. The key to the defense is that West somehow has to convince partner he has the king of clubs, not the queen. That way, East knows she can safely pitch down to a doubleton club. Is that actually possible? Maybe. Tiny mystery box, we'll come back to that later. Peter plays the deuce of hearts to dummy's queen. West plays the 6, East plays the 7. Somebody miscarded. We should have seen the 8 on this trick. Surely East has it. I'm not sure what hanging on to the 8 really gains. But at least East knows she'll get a chance to follow low on the next heart, which will make it clear that the 7 was high. West doesn't have that luxury. For all he knows, partner is winning the first heart trick, so this may be his only chance to signal. He would always play his loudest card. On the next heart, East plays the 5, West plays the 3. On the third heart, East discards the 6 of diamonds. Really? It was West who was clutching the 8 of hearts? That makes no sense to me. Why would you play a card you know for a fact partner can't read? On the 4th heart, West pitches the deuce of spades, confirming a 5-card suit. That makes East 2-2 in the majors, so she has 9 cards in the minors, probably with longer diamonds, given that diamond pitch. And assuming the pitch was attitude, West can place her with the diamond honor he doesn't have. So at this point, West should have a pretty clear picture of the deal. We pitch a club from dummy, and East pitches the 4 of clubs. She wouldn't pitch a club from Jack third, so if our assumption about the club honors is right, East is 2-2-5-4. On the last heart, West pitches the 7 of spades. That's a mistake. Now the defenders don't have a 4th trick to cash, no matter what East throws, so they can't stop the overtrick anymore. Is there any reason to keep 10-3 of diamonds in dummy? The 10 might score in certain scenarios, but if it does, we aren't scoring a second club trick. So at best, it seems like we'd just be breaking even. Peter decides to pitch a diamond and keep 3 clubs in dummy. East pitches another diamond. Now Peter cashes 2 spades, ending in dummy. East pitches a diamond on the last spade, presumably coming down to 3 clubs and 2 diamonds. When Peter plays a diamond from dummy, East plays the jack. Peter covers, West wins and returns a diamond. East wins and shifts to a club. West is marked with King Doubleton of clubs, so Peter plays low and scores 3 club tricks, making 5, a cool +2 over tricks in 3 no trump. East should have hopped with the King of diamonds in the ending. They could then cash 2 more diamonds to stop the second over trick. It's not clear what position she was picturing when she ducked. Stopping the first over trick is difficult, but possible, as we saw earlier. The defenders have to discard down to this exact position. Do I know how they're supposed to work that out at the table? Well, maybe. If West goes out of his way to keep the long spade, that should probably be a clue that he has the club king. Because what's the point of keeping the long spade if he has the club queen? That's a pretty tough inference for East to make, though. I would not expect many pairs to untangle this one. But I kind of like this solution. I always prefer sending partner a message through the way I choose to defend, rather than through some tiny subtle signal that looks genius in the post-mortem. If anyone has a different suggestion, please drop it in the comments because I genuinely love to hear it. At the other table, Chris also reached 3 no trump after a forcing club auction. He simply cashed his 9 tricks, a bit lazy maybe, but he was probably still recovering from the difficult defense on the previous board. Relatable. So the Peter Hollands team picked up 2 imps. That's the deal. If this helped, like and subscribe so you catch the next one. And remember, Bridge is the last game standing where humans still outplay the computers. Let's keep the edge sharp. I'm Alex, and this is Gargoyle Chronicles. See you next time.